Awesome. I always wondered what the lights look like up here, and now I know. So society tells us that we are always supposed to have it together. We are always supposed to be happy, and everything is supposed to be unicorns and rainbows. The moment that I stopped falling victim to this type of thinking was the moment that I finally felt free, and I felt courageous, and I felt, more importantly, connected. I want to share 2 stories from my own personal journey before I discovered this profound thing of connectedness and just speaking your truth. So, story 1. I was in college. I was super optimistic. I was way too cocky for my own good looking back, and I was ready to take on the world. And that all changed within a 24-hour period. I was going to a party with a friend, best friend at the time, normal Saturday night. And I woke up the next day and I realized 2 things had happened. Number 1, I realized that I had been drugged that night. Number 2, I realized that I had been sexually assaulted. And that confident, courageous, bold woman that I knew, she was gone. She was broken, she felt shame, she felt pain, she felt anger, and she felt disconnected. No pills, no therapist seemed to work. I actually questioned half the time what those therapists were writing on their little notepads. I just imagined them doodling little like Garfield cats or something. I don't know. So, what happened next? Luckily, I had a friend that was pretty keen on my body language and how I'd been acting, and she had gone through a similar situation. So, she actually shared with me her experience, and that finally told me that it was okay to talk about that thing that I wasn't supposed to talk about with somebody. Before it was too late, she handed me a catalyst in my life. Catalysts come in so many forms. This catalyst happened to be a CD by none other than Tony Robbins. Man, if I could bottle that guy's energy. Oh. But it wasn't so much Tony Robbins looking back. There was one story on that CD that was pretty darn close to what I went through. And I felt connected to it. And it gave me a map to push forward, and it made me realize to just embrace. Embrace what had happened, don't celebrate it. Embrace it, move forward, share, and own it. Story number 2. I moved to Las Vegas about 3 years ago, and a year and a half ago, I discovered this awesome thing called the Downtown Project. And the Inspire series it was actually my first experience down here, and I realized that this was my passion. I love speaking, and I love watching people share their vulnerability and their stories, and gosh, it was awesome. And it inspired me to move forward with my own entrepreneurial journey. So we all know that most startups fail. Not to be negative, but they do. And I often found it really funny how everybody would walk around saying how awesome things are going, and oh, we just hired some people, and oh, we hit our numbers, and this, and this, and this. But then I wondered why my startup made me feel stressed. I couldn't sleep at night. I wondered some days how I was going to make my rent. And there was this moment around early 2013 that I just literally went to the floor and I cried and I cried because I realized that I had $50 left to my name. And in that moment, I also realized that I had the answer. Share your frickin' story, Nina. I knew that. Just share, tell somebody, reach out, ask for help. Stop being so gosh darn cocky again. And I did. And now I am just this totally inspired, awesomely connected, just just so happy with my life kind of person. And I wouldn't have been here if I hadn't gone through those experiences, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't share. If I didn't share and ask for help and reach out and find my authenticity. So from those stories, I want to leave you with a few takeaways. First off, one day, I'm saying it, I'm gonna write a book about how to eat for free in downtown for 2 months. It will be a New York's bestseller, mark my words. Second takeaway, those things that we're not supposed to talk about are exactly what we should talk about. And you need to talk about them. Don't embrace them, but just own them. Share what is going on. Perfection is actually a shield. It's not real. Yes, it protects you, but it protects you from those things that you want most in life. We all want to feel connected. We all want to feel loved. We all want to belong. Those are core drivers. It is science. We cannot control that. And perfection, the irony of it all, is that it actually blocks those feelings out too. I realized that courage actually equals vulnerability. Courage, in its original form, way back when, before it became this heroic thing, which it still is, but it meant to speak one's truth. Just own you. And I think that vulnerability allows you to do that. And I also realized this very profound thing from everything, and I didn't realize until I actually wrote this talk. Being connected equals living an authentic life. And it is simply that. Being connected equals living an authentic life. All I want for everybody in this room and everybody in this world is speak your truth. Own it. Be courageous. Be vulnerable. Just say what you mean, because the people in society who spoke out against what they did not want to see in this world are the ones that we remember. The woman who spoke out against segregation on a bus and said no, we remember her. She left a legacy. I want to leave a legacy. Do you want to leave a legacy? So I ask you, what are you afraid of? What are you hiding? What are you not sharing? And why? Why? I want to leave you with a really profound quote. And it's by this guy that we all know. His name is Drake. And he says, "What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing me." I want everybody in the audience to please repeat after me. What am I doing?
What am I doing?
I'm doing me.
I'm doing me.
Thank you for letting me share my story.